Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to the videos, and put on tap the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping new videos. I just want to do a little video real quick on something that I've been watching on YouTube, and it was on the news. But I'll get to that in a minute. But for those of you that don't know, um, I sell shirts for my brand. So I have my own brand, and they're biker shirts. You know what I mean? So, but anybody can wear them. You don't have to be a fucking biker to wear it. But or own a Harley. You know, a lot of people wear lowrider shit and they don't have lowrider cars. So, but anyways, that's the brand. That's the logo. That's the logo you see on all my videos. Okay, that's my logo. It's trademarked. So, and then, but this is the newest shirt I got out. Um, so that is my boy Pelon. He's from Orange County. That's his bike on the shirt. Um, those are going to be they're on the big cartel already. So they're $30. You see, they're made with Shaka shirts, Shaka wear. I don't really like fucking with the Pro Club too much because it's just, to me, the neck is too fucked up, too thick. Um, on a Pro Club, they feel like they're choking you, and I don't like that shit. So I rather do Shaka because the cotton is pretty much the same, and but the neck is a little bit looser. Also, uh, because I have stickers too. I have a bunch of different kind of stickers that a lot of people collect stickers. I collect stickers for my barrage. I have stickers everywhere. There's on all my both my refrigerators, my trash can, my helmets, whatever. I have stickers. I collect stickers on everything. So this one's for the ladies, for the women. They want to put it on their helmets. It's die cut, so it's not square. It's die cut. You can't really see it on here, but there you can kind of see here. It's die cut. So it says Chicana Bikers on it. So those are going to be on the big cartel also. Um, so if you order the shirts, they're $30. Again, they're made with good quality shirts, and they're colored shirts. You know, I think there's 13 colors on here total. So for people that don't understand how shirts are made and charged, I'll give you a little breakdown real quick. If you're doing a shirt with just all white like that, it's cheap. You can do it real cheap. You probably pay for a Shaka shirt and a design on the back, no color, just like this, black and white. It's only gonna be one color. It's white ink, one screen. But since I have 13 colors, they have to make 13 screens. Each screen costs, what, $20, $15, whatever it is per screen. So that means they have to put a screen down, run the color, put another screen down, run another color, and they just keep doing that. All 13 colors, all 13 screens. It costs me more money. You know what I mean? I can do black and white shirts, white and black shirts. You know what I mean? Just one solid color. I could do that uh, and make a shit ton of money. But it's not just about the money to me. It never has been just about the money to me. Yeah, I want to make some money, but I don't. I want to give you quality shit. I don't want to be like everybody else that okay, they'll use a shit shirt. They use it like a fucking AAA or a gilded T-shirt. They're cheap. AAA is cheap. That's the brand. Okay, and then with the print, maybe maybe they're getting their shirt done for $5, maybe $5. I'm just guessing. I have to really look into how much the shirts are costing and everything. Um, but if you're buying shirts in bulk, like gilded, you're getting it for like $3, $2, whatever the fuck it is, or triple A's. Um, and then plus the print and all that shit, you're probably paying like five, maybe $6 per shirt. That's what that person's buying it for. Now they turn around and sell it to you for 25, $30. So they're making a they're making a good amount of money. Me, I'm paying more, like $12, 11, 12, $13, depending on how many colors I'm using. So yeah, I could double my money. Other people are making three, four times the amount of money. I might double mine. You know what I mean? Which is fine with me. Again, it's not, I'd rather give you quality than to give you bullshit. I'm not trying to burn nobody. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that them people are trying to burn nobody. I'm just saying I'd rather give you quality. When you buy shit from me, it's like, okay, hey, my shirts last me a long time. I got guys that take their shirts to the cleaners and they've had them for years. I got a few guys that have my shirts for years. They take them to the cleaners. You know what I mean? Because I don't give them bullshit. I didn't give them bullshit shirts. There was a one time where I did use, I think, AAA, and I never did it again. I always use Shaka, or if I have to use Pro Club, I will. If they can't get Shaka, I'll use the Pro Club. Uh, but Pro Club is a really good shirt. You know, that's where I start paying like $13 per shirt, and I sell it for 25 to $30, depending on the colors and shit like that. Um, but like I said, I'd rather give you a quality product. I'd rather give you something that you can really look at. You can see the design, you can see the detail in all of it. You know, this is done by this design right here is made by my boy Lethal, or Mint One on Instagram. Mint, if you guys want to know his Instagram, hit me up and I'll give it to you. But he does that shirt. I just send him the pictures of the shirt. I tell him what I want it, and then he gets it done. Now this design here was done by Cartoon Path on Instagram. Cartoon Path. He's out of Indonesia. Okay, so he does his shit is not vectored. His is he actually draws this stuff. I tell him what I want. I give him the idea, and he actually draws this stuff. So I don't know if you can really see it. It's blurry on the camera. Let me see. It's blurry in the camera, but it's clear. He actually draws that. He'll send me sketches little by little how he's doing it and how he's getting done. So he actually draws that kind of shit. So I have him. He's in Indonesia. Again, that's Cartoon Path, and then I have Mint or Lethal. He does these type of shirts, the vector shirts. You know, I send him a picture of a shirt, of a bike, and then I tell him, okay, this is what I want. And there's a meaning behind every shirt that I've had that has a bike on it. There's a meaning behind it. Okay, so like this one is I call it the tower shirt because of the fact that it has the tower right here in Santana. Okay, my partner whose bike this is, Belon, he's from Orange County. Okay, so everybody knows that tower when you're going down the 5 freeway. Everybody knows that tower. That tower is pretty much that's Orange County. You know what I mean? It represents Orange County. I know it kind of represents Santana, but it represents Orange County. You know what I mean? So that's the reason for it. He's from Orange County. I think he's from Santana, but um, it represents Orange County. That tower. So that's why the tower's on there. Okay, and then I have another shirt that has my partner Archie's bike on it, and his bike is parked on Whittier Boulevard. It has a big Whittier Boulevard sign. Okay, then the other shirt I have was with my boy Chava's Springer, and that bike is parked in front of a friend's restaurant. He no longer has the restaurant, but it was called Dia de los Puercos in Pomona, and that was where the bike was parked in front of that restaurant. So I had my boy Chava's bike on there. Plus, I was promoting my partner Rick's restaurant at the time when it was open. So every shirt that I do like that with a bike, it has a meaning to it. There's a meaning to it, the backgrounds and all that shit. You know, I think about it real well. Yeah, I think about it before I have it done. You know, like I said, this last one he's from Orange County, so I made sure I put that tower on it. But anyways, so that's the shirt, the $30 on Big Cartel. You can look at my Instagram, or you can go to Big Cartel and just put in Chicano style bikers. It'll come up, or get at me on here. Leave me a message. I'll shoot you the link on here. I'll try to figure out how to put the link on the bottom, the description of the video. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with all that shit, but I'll try to do that. And then also on Instagram, if you got me on Instagram, go to my bio. It'll be on the Big Cartel right there. Um, hold on one second. Fuck, I need to wake up. I got a little too early today. But anyways, um, but another reason for this video is I've been watching this shit on YouTube and it was on the news. Excuse me, about that guy Alex Enamorado, I think his name is. The guy that does all the protests for the street vendors, how he got busted. You know what I mean? And they got all kinds of charges on him and about 6 or 7 other people. I didn't know that dude lived right here in Upland, where I live. He lives right here where I live at. And him and some and one of the chicks that's in the that got busted with him, they live right here in Upland, I guess. The other one is like Riverside, San Bernardino, and I think LA. But anyways, it's all It's the video has to do with that shit. It's cool whatever he does. You know what I mean? As far as he wants to help people and shit. But there comes a time where you take shit too fucking far. You know what I mean? I seen that video where the girl was in the Disneyland bathroom and the white chick was telling her whatever she was telling her about. Speak English and you're in the United States and all that shit. My thing is like this. Who gives a fuck? Why do you care so much if people like you? You know what I mean? If I'm in the bathroom at Disneyland and some dude comes out and starts talking shit, he ain't got his phone out. Like you see, they didn't have their phones out. I would take off on them quick. It's not about what you're. It's just because you're just being disrespectful. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. You call me a beaner. You can call me a wetback. You call me whatever you want. I don't give a shit. You don't have to like me. I don't care. I'm still here. It doesn't. That shit don't bother me. That shit to me is like for weak-minded people. You know what I mean? So when that shit happens, they're in the bathroom and the girl's telling her shit. And what does she do? She pulls out her phone and she wants to film it. And I'm gonna shame you and whatever the fuck she's saying. Instead of why you pick up your phone? Take off on her. You probably could whoop her ass. She was a fat white chick. But no, you gotta pull out your phone and I'm gonna fucking shame you. And then they throw it on the internet. To me, what that tells me, because I try to look at the bigger picture of shit. What that tells me, what you're doing when people like her that did that video, when black people do it, when anybody does it, Asians, you know, um, my own people, whatever. All you're doing is you're saying, "Oh, you don't like me? You don't like my people? Well, I'm gonna shame you, and you have to like me. You can't say you don't like me. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't like people for a certain reason, that's my business. If I don't like a certain race, that's my business. If I want to say that I don't like them, that's my business. Freedom of speech, right? Isn't that what you're doing? Isn't that what you're doing when you show up at people's fucking houses and shit? Because that's where you take it too far. With that shit, from what I understand is he got a bunch of people together and went to this lady's house. Now you're taking shit too far. Because what is her kids and her family? And I thought about this after I heard I was watching West Coast Graffiti and he was talking to some dude about it. And the dude said that. And I thought about that too, like, oh, he's fucking right. What is that woman's family, her kids, her husband, whoever lives in that home? What do they have to do with that shit? What happened in the bathroom at Disneyland? And not only that, he said something else that made a lot of sense too. And that is that dude, Alex, will post this shit like he's gonna go do this, they're gonna protest and blah blah blah. Okay, now if you're going to somebody's house, which you should never go to somebody's house, you're gonna get your ass fucking killed for doing shit like that. You know what I mean? You can get hurt doing shit like that. You're gonna fuck with the wrong person one day. I'm not talking about him, but I'm just talking about people that do that kind of shit. You're gonna go to the wrong fucking house one day, and somebody's gonna fucking hurt you guys. You know what I mean? For coming to their home. You know what I mean? You shouldn't never go to somebody's fucking home where their kids and their families are. You shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff. You know, but he'll post the shit, and instead it's not just his people going there. Like if I have an issue with somebody, just say for instance I was stupid enough to do that. If I was so disrespectful to do that, somebody does something to me and I decide to go to their house, okay, and I take my people with me, well, I know what their intentions are because before I go there, and hey, this is what's gonna happen. Don't fucking do this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Okay. Oh, we're going here and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. But when you invite people off the fucking internet that you don't know, you have no idea what their intentions are, and they don't really give a fuck. They're just trying to be part of the little protest shit. And they might start doing shit, stupid shit, breaking windows, smashing cars, doing stupid shit like that. That wasn't your intention. Your intention was to go down there and protest. But you don't know what the intentions are of the other people that you bring down there. And you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't bring strangers like that to people's homes. You're asking for fucking problems. You know? And through all this shit, I've been watching and watching. I'm trying to see what's going on. I have not seen no fucking protest for that guy. I haven't seen none. If there is, just let me know. I mean, I'm not gonna go, but I want to see. I want to see where all the vices at that he's been helping, where they're at. Why are they not in front of the courthouse? Because he got no bail. None of his people. Why? Where's the protest for them? He went out of his way to help people, but they want to help him because that's the way it works. The thing with bikes is they don't want to get in trouble. It's always like, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. I can't. They won't fucking do it. So he's sitting in jail with no bail. I don't know. I haven't seen nothing for a GoFundMe. Nothing. I mean, maybe there is. I don't know. But this day and age, if there's a GoFundMe, it should be all over the internet. You would hear about it. I have not seen nothing like that. Or people trying to get money together to fucking go to help them out. Or and they ain't got no bail, so fuck it. You can't bail them out. Okay, so why is there no protest in front of the courthouses every single day, in front of the jail, county jail, where the fuck they're at? If they got busted out here, I don't even know where he got busted. I know he lives out here, but I don't know where he got busted at. If he's in LA County, but whatever. Wherever he's at, why isn't there no protest? Why isn't there a bunch of the bisons over there that he's helped out standing in front of the courthouse protesting? Hey, man, this fucking guy needs bail. They wash their hands of it. I don't want to get in trouble. You see what I mean? So he does all this stuff, and nobody's really looking out for that dude or his people. You know. But then again, no, come here, fucking crazy dog. Hold on. What the hell you doing digging holes, man? Fucking shit. Sorry about that. So like I said, where's the protest for him? I don't see none. I don't see nobody doing anything for that guy. They talk about it. They're on the internet talking about it, but are they doing anything? I don't see nothing going on. Uh Now he's the street vending part. You know, you can't tell me that I don't know nothing about because I have shit that I sell. Okay, I'm not selling food, but there's certain times where I do events where I go to sell, and I cannot do it unless I fill out certain paperwork for like a day permit or whatever it is. I understand that. That's the way it is. That's the law. Now I can say, "Hey, fuck all that. I ain't doing that," because you gotta look at it this way. And I know this is the way a lot of the guys that sell fucking food or merch, especially the paisas. I know this is exactly what's going on. This is something that they think about. Now, just say for instance this shirt, okay, $30, or just say to make the numbers easier. I sell it. Just say I'm selling it for 25 that day for that event, and just say for instance I got to get a day permit and it cost me 200 bucks. Just say 200 bucks, whatever it is. I don't know because there's different times. It's different. Sometimes it's like 50 bucks down. Um, but whatever the price is. But just say for this, because if it's in public, I have to have that. I have some kind of permit to do it. If it's a private thing in a private property, I don't have to. They can't fucking do that to me. It's not public. So just say for instance, the last time I did an event was in in West Covina at the baseball field. It used to be the Field of Dreams. It's not there. It's not Field of Dreams anymore. It's called something else, whatever it is. The sports complex. I don't think I had to pay that time. I just had to fill out the paperwork for like this little permit so I could sell. But anyway, just say for instance I had to pay $200. Right away, I gotta sell 8 shirts in order to make up for that money. So that 8 shirts gone. Then I start selling, but I'm still non-profit because I still have to pay for the shirts. It cost me, just say for instance, this batch that I just did cost me $1,400. So I already lost 200. Now I got to sell so many shirts to make up the 1,400. Once I do that, then I start making my money. So there's people out there that say, "Fuck that, man! I'm already losing $1,400 because I've had to make these shirts. So fuck, I'm not gonna get the permit, and I'll just go out there and sell." Well, you go out there and sell, you get caught, they take your shit, now you lost everything. That's what happens with the street vendors. They don't want to get the permit because they look at it as they're losing money. Plus the amount of money they pay for all that food. You have to pay for that permit. You got to pay for the fucking food, and then once you make that money back, then you're in your profit. So a lot of people will say, "Fuck that! I'm not gonna pay for the fucking permit because I'm already gonna lose. If I don't sell enough food, I don't make the money back from the food that I paid for." Same thing with my shirts. If I don't sell $1,400 with the fucking shirts plus another 200, so I need to make $1,600 fucking dollars at least to break even. So there's gonna be greedy people out there say, you know what? I'd rather have to make $1,400 instead of the 16 because I'm losing. I'm losing 200 more. So I don't want to lose that. So I'm not gonna get the permit. I'm gonna go sell my shit. And if I'll take the chance, I get caught. Well, they take my shit. Then what happens? Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're being fucking racist toward me. It's always throwing that shit thrown out there. Oh, you're being racist toward me. No, gotta fucking follow the rules. I gotta follow the rules. I'm from here. I was born here. I gotta follow the fucking rules to take my shit. Now I lose my money. So if they're saying, hey, it's required that you do this, then that's what I gotta do. You know what I mean? But other people they don't want to follow the fucking rules, and so this is what happens. You lose your shit. Now, on the other hand, all the racial shit, who gives a fuck if people like you or they don't? I don't understand. Like I said, I try to look at the bigger picture. I don't understand that. I don't understand that bothers people so much. I don't understand. If a motherfucker calls me a beaner or some shit, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm still right here. The fuck do I care if you like Mexicans or you like Chicano? I don't give a fuck. I'm still right here. It doesn't do it. It doesn't make me or break me. But there's people out there that feel they have to force you to like them. You have to like me. You have to like my race. You have to like this or whatever it is. If you don't, I'm gonna fucking put you on the internet and I'm gonna shame you. I'm gonna go to your house. I'm gonna go to your work. I'm gonna get you fired. All these little things that they try to do. But all you're doing is you're just saying to them, I'm gonna make you like me. And you ain't doing, and the thing is, you're not doing that. You're making the motherfuckers hate you even more. They really fucking hate you now. You know what I mean? I just look at people like that. You're a fucking crybaby. I don't give a fuck. You're Mexican, Chicano, black, white. Doesn't matter. If you do shit like that, you're a fucking crybaby. You're a crybaby. You think that you're that fucking important. You think that your race is that fucking important that people have to like you. You understand? If a motherfucker says it, like, hey, I don't like black people. I don't like white people. I don't like Mexicans. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Who cares? Don't. The fuck's that got to do with me? How does that affect? It doesn't make me or break me. I don't give a shit if you like me or you don't. And but there's people out there they're trying to force that shit upon you. You see what I mean? And if you say those type of things, like you don't like certain type of people, they're gonna fucking say, "Oh, you're a racist," whatever. Okay, then they're gonna come and go to your house or go to your work and fuck with you, And then when you come out and say something to them, they're like, a week, or the cops come, they're like, we're practicing our freedom of speech, our freedom of protest. Okay, so you're practicing your freedom of speech, your freedom of protest. This person or myself, whoever, I was practicing my freedom of speech by saying, I don't like you, motherfuckers. I don't like your people. I don't like this. I don't like that. I'm doing the same thing you're doing. But it's because you don't like it. It hurts your little fucking feelings. Now you're to come over to my house or come to my work and do all this dumb shit. You know what I mean? And say you're practicing your freedom of speech. Well, I was doing the same thing. You mad at me for? You're doing the same thing I'm doing. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, you know, you'll see at these protests, motherfuckers will be like, "Hey, why don't you go back to fucking Europe?" You know, because a lot of times it's white folks that they're fucking with. You know what I mean? The blacks are the ones that are beating up the vendors. The white people are the ones that are always saying go back to Mexico and shit like that. You know what I mean? But you got when you see these protests, what do you hear? You hear the Chicanos or the black Mexicans saying to the whites, "Well, go back to fucking Europe." Well, you're fighting racism with racism. How the fuck does that make sense? It don't make no sense at all. You're doing the exact same thing. You know what I mean? But you think it's okay for you to do it. And my thing is, I understand there's people out there like Alex that wants to try to make things better for people and shit. But there's a fucking newsflash. You got put in jail, and you ain't made shit better. You haven't fucking touched the tip of the iceberg, and you never will, ever. You can continue to try. That's cool. I mean, that's your life. Or anybody else that does that kind of shit. That's your life. You do what you want with it. If you want to waste your time doing that, thinking that you're some civil right activist, why don't you go back to the fucking 40s and 50s and shit and look at like Martin Luther King and all that shit like that. Okay? Because it's still the same. Actually, it's getting worse right now. It's getting worse right now. Nothing has changed. They didn't change shit. Their marches, I'm watching all that shit with the Million Man March. That didn't change nothing. Black Lives Matter didn't change nothing. You going out there, going to people's houses, don't change nothing. People are still going to feel the way that they feel. You will never end racism. Ever. You can continue and waste your time. Because that's all it is. It's a waste of time. You're wasting time. You're wasting your fucking life. Now this guy's sitting in jail. And nobody's helping the guy. They're doing podcasts. There's a lot of people doing podcasts and YouTube videos about it. But that ain't getting that guy out of fucking jail. They're gonna try to throw a book at this fucking dude to make an example out of him. You look at the fucking charges. You know what I mean? I was looking at the charges earlier and I was like, wait a minute, because I seen a video of him saying that he works doing with legislation and changing laws and his the type of work that he does. But then in the charges, I think one of them was a felon with a gun. So he's a fucking felon. You know what I mean? So I was thinking like, oh, okay, he wears a suit and tie, and he does that kind of work. You know what I mean? But then it says he's a felon with a possession of a firearm, whatever, or a weapon, or whatever the fuck it was, or tear gas, or whatever the fuck he had. But they're saying that he's a felon in possession of something. Not only him, but some of the other people too. So the thing is, you could waste your time all you want because that's just all you did, and now he's sitting in jail, and he can come back out and do it again. And guess what? There's still gonna be racism. Whites will still tell Mexicans to go back to Mexico. Mexicans will still tell whites to go back to Europe. Whites and Mexicans will still tell blacks to go back to Africa. Muslims will always be looked at as terrorists. Black people will never get a fair shake in this country. Ever. It's a fucking fact. That's not a lie. All this shit I'm saying is true. It's been like that and it'll stay that way. So what do you worry about? If something you cannot fix, you're too busy worrying about shit that you can't fix. Why don't you worry about shit you can fix? These things you can never fix. You can never fix racism. It is what it is. That's the way that things are. There will never be peace on this fucking earth whatsoever. The people bitching about these wars and fucking in the Ukraine, the Gaza Strip, and all that shit. It'll never be fucking peace. Mexico's never gonna get their fucking land back for the people that constantly say that shit. Like they should give Mexico the land back. It'll never fucking happen. If it did, your ass will be living in fucking Kentucky. You go to the other side of the border real quick. You know what I mean? Black people will never get reparations. Mexicans ain't getting reparations. The people that were pretty much booted out of Chavez Ravine, so the Dodgers could build a stadium there and they could build housing projects over that area, whatever, housing complexes and shit. You'll never get your money. You'll never get paid for that. They already paid you. They bought your fucking land. You're not, but there's still people out there saying they need to give them their money. They give the money to the families that were part of Chavez Ravine. You're never gonna get that. Black people quit asking for reparations. You're not gonna get it. Never. You're never gonna get 40 acres and a mule. They don't give you shit. The fact is like I said, you'll always have racism. We'll always be told to go back to Mexico, even though we were fucking born here. I was born here. You know what I mean? My family's from here, from this part. When this was Mexico, this is where my family's from. That's why I'm from here. I've been here. My family's been here. This is where we come from. You know what I mean? And again, fucking the fact of the fact, black people will never get a fair shake. Never get a fair shake in this country ever. Never. It's been that way since they got here. Tell me when it's ever been fucking fair for them since they fucking came here. Never, and it never will. That's just the way things are. You can't fix it. And I think it was the same guy maybe on West Coast Graffiti's thing. No, 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 no. It was some dude from another podcast. I won't even, mention his name, but he says he's not into promoting unity and all that other shit. He's not into all that. Individual growth is what he's into, which is understandable. He's right. You know what I mean? These people are trying to protest to force people to like them. It'll never happen. If you want change, people have to change individually. You know what I mean? That's the only way you're gonna get change is people change individually. There's people out there that ain't gonna change. I'm not gonna change the way I feel about certain people. That's it. I feel that way. You can't force me to fucking like certain people. You ain't gonna force that shit on me. That's the way that I feel. I felt like that for years. I have reasons to feel that way, and that's just the way it is. You're not gonna force that shit on me. So I'm not gonna change that. And there's a lot of other people that feel the same way. There's a lot of people that feel that way about Mexicans, that feel that way about white people, feel that way about black people, Asians, whatever, Muslims, Catholics, Christians. Doesn't matter. You're not gonna fucking change it because it has to be an individual person changing themselves, and you can't do that. You're trying to change. You're trying to do a mass change, and that will never happen. So you can continue to waste your time, continue to go to jail, and then not have people backing you up when you get there. That's the shitty part about it. I would think that there would be a massive amount of motherfuckers over there, like when they deal with the babies in the cages and all that bullshit. You know what I mean? But that shit died out real quick too. You know what I mean? Nobody gives a fuck about babies in cages no more. Are they still doing that kind of shit? Yeah, they're still doing it. But nobody gives a fuck. It was just a fad. But I would think that with this Alex dude, because he was helping people, and I'm not saying that the dude's a bad dude, but he was helping people. So he's a good dude. But what I'm saying is, who's there to help him now? And then again, he was taking shit a little too far. If you and your little group want to go fucking protest against somebody, then go ahead and do it. But why are you inviting strangers and you don't know their intentions? You just say, for instance, if this was happening in the 80s, in the early 90s, 80s, when I was on the street doing street shit, you know what I mean? And and the internet was around like that, and you put this out there, and I say, hey, fuck it, let's go over there. This white motherfucker's over here talking shit. Let's go over there. And I take me 5, 6 of my homeboys, and we go strapped up, and we go to this people's house and there's protest and blah blah blah, and start talking shit, and everybody's talking shit and causing a big fucking scene out there, and the people come out, and I decide, hey, fuck it, let's just fucking let's lay her down, and we just start shooting. Well, that wasn't the intention with him. He wasn't intending for that to happen, but he didn't know my intentions. He doesn't know me. I'm there to cause fucking problems. I'm there to cause trouble. I'm there because at that time in my life, I was like, fuck the white people. You know what I mean? I was against white people. I always thought that white people were my enemy. That's the way that I was raised. I was raised that white people and black people were my fucking enemy, and that's it. And now this white bitch is talking shit. Okay, fuck it. Let's go down there. And when she comes outside, let's fucking handle it. That was his intention. So that's the same thing now. You don't know people's intentions, so why are you inviting strangers off the internet? You're wrong for that. You shouldn't be doing that shit. Especially you don't know who's in the house. It could be an old lady in the house. It could be it could be kids in the house. You don't know what the fuck is going on over there. You should never bring anybody to somebody else's fucking house. You got a problem with somebody seeing them on the street. You know what I mean? That's the way that we were doing it. Yeah, we did when we were younger, did drive-by shooting and shit like that. But after a while, we couldn't do that shit no more. So you catch a motherfucker, you catch him on the street. Don't go to their house and do that shit no more. That's the way it was. You can't do that. You shouldn't do that. It's wrong. It's wrong for you to go to somebody's house. You know, so but that's just my point of view on things. But I'm like I said, it's the proof is in the pudding. Say what you want to say, but you'll never get rid of racism, and you'll never get rid of all the shit that's going on. You'll never get rid of that. It'll always fucking be here. They'll always fuck with street vendors. Maybe they should start taking it for themselves. You know what I mean? Start doing it for themselves. But instead of saying, I don't want to get in trouble, shit. I don't want to get in trouble. Because look at the outcome now. The motherfucker that was protecting them, helping them, and kind of keeping certain people away from, from fucking with them, making them think twice, like, hey, we might not fuck with these dudes because this dude might show up. He's gone now. Okay? And if he doesn't continue doing what he's doing, or he gets a lot of time, there's nobody to help you motherfuckers no more. Nobody's gonna take his spot. They say, fuck that dude. Fuck that. He went to fucking prison. He got 5 years in prison. Him, all of them got years in prison. Fuck that. I ain't doing all that shit. Now what happens? You ain't got nobody to protect you no more. Now you're back to square one again. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. You can't fucking solve the problem. Racism and all that shit will always be here. And if you follow the fucking rules that you're supposed to follow, get your fucking permits and all that shit like that, you wouldn't have no issues with the police fucking with you and all that shit because all you do is like, look, check this out. I got a permit. Okay, whatever. That's cool. I got to do that. And I'm from here. I got to do it. Or they'll take my shit. I'm not that fucking stupid to go out there with my stuff and get all my shit snatched up. I just lost $1,600 if they snatch my shit. And it'll be my own fault. I cannot blame somebody else for the decisions that I made. I decided to go out there without a fucking permit and sell my product, and I lost all my shit. Or I get arrested for it. Whatever. I made a decision. I don't need Alex to come and help me. I'm the fuck up. I fucked up. That's the big picture. I did it. Just like everybody else that don't want to get permits, that want to just set up shop anywhere they want to set up shop. And that's the other thing too. Look at like I think I mentioned in the video. If you look at certain places like just say Almani, off Valley Boulevard, you see the motherfuckers set up shop out there, setting up their taco stand. But you look at all the stores in that area right there, where the husband and wife started a business, a taco shop. They pay rent, gas, electricity, permits, employees, insurance, all that shit. The food, the material, the products, the materials to make the food, all that shit. They pay all that shit. You see me? And then now here comes somebody else. Oh, I'm gonna set my shit up right in front of your shit. Your tacos are, and which now tacos are so fucking expensive. They used to be cheap as fuck before. Now you're paying like $3 a taco. But anyway, this guy at his shop sells his taco for $3. Good tacos. This guy out on the street say, "Fuck it, I'll sell mine for $1.50, $2. Take your fucking business." That guy's from Mexico too. He has a storefront. He has his own brick and mortar. He has a lot of shit to pay. He has employees to pay for. He has a lot of shit. You ain't paid nothing. You ain't paid no permit. You might pay your people, but you ain't paying them that much. But everything else, you ain't got to pay for it. You know what I mean? All the things that he's got to pay for, you ain't got to do all that. You know, for the property and all that shit, you ain't got to do all. You are saying fuck him, and I don't agree with that shit. I don't agree with that at all. You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons why you really will never see me at fucking taco vendors. I don't buy fucking food from taco vendors because I've seen that shit happen. You know what I mean? I've seen it happen to certain people. You know, where it even came out in the news where they're saying the motherfucking dude that owns the brick and mortar, he's like, hey man, this motherfucker set up shop outside my place. You know, I'm over here trying to make money. He's over here fucking cutting me in half, and he ain't paying for nothing. I gotta pay all these fucking insurance and all this stuff. I gotta pay for the property, my insurance, my employees, everything. I gotta pay all this shit, and he ain't doing that. And he's cutting me right here in front of my own business. That shit's wrong because to me, that's like the taco vendor, the vendor outside telling that guy, "Fuck you. I don't give a fuck that you have a family. I can't afford to do what you're doing, so I'm gonna come over here in front of your place and cut your shit and take your money." And his tacos might not be as good as the dude in the building here. You know what I mean? It might not be that good, but motherfuckers are cheap. Okay, they're $1 over here. His are $3. He's giving you decent carne asada. This guy's giving you the shit with a fat on it, but it don't matter because it's $1. Motherfuckers are cheap, so they're gonna go with him, and that's fucked up because of the same fucking people. But other people don't think about that shit. Same thing with the fruit vendors and all that other shit. You know, same thing. People open their shops and this motherfucker go a couple buildings down and set up on the curb. They don't give a fuck about him, even though they're the same fucking people. They're both Mexicanos. They don't, but this guy don't give a fuck about this guy. He don't give a fuck that this guy got to pay all kinds of bills. Fuck that. I'm gonna cut your shit and I'm gonna go right here up the street and I'll sell it for cheaper than what you're doing. You know, yeah, it's always a competition. That's the American way. You know what I mean? It's business. But if you're gonna do that, you have to do it. You have to do things the right way. You know what I mean? You can't just come and say, "Hey, fuck it. I don't need to pay taxes. I don't need to do. I don't need to do all this and that. I don't need to pay all that." When people like me that are selling shit, I gotta do it. If it's required of me to do it, I do it, and that's it. I don't bitch about it. It is what it is. I gotta fucking follow the rules. Those are the rules. Follow them. If you would follow the rules, then you wouldn't need all this. You wouldn't have all these fucking problems. You know. So, anyways, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Again, hit the notification bell so you get notified. Put it on all so you get the notifications on all the videos. And if you want to buy shirts, hit the Big Cartel, Chicano Style Bikers, Big Cartel, Chicano Style Bikers. Go to Instagram. You can find it on my bio there. Leave a message right here under the video, and I'll shoot the link. I'll try to get the link right now and put it under the video when I put the video out, so you can order. You know what I mean? Again, they're $30. Stickers are gonna be like $3, I think. They're they're small. They're 3-inch stickers, so they're good enough for the ladies for their helmets, or if you know, fellas, you want to stick them in your garage, in your refrigerator, or on your wife's window or her car, whatever. You know what I mean? $3. I appreciate you guys though. Thank you, and I'll be talking to you guys later.